What's up, you guys? Slash the Boss here, and today I'm taking a look at a brand new Marvel Legends figure. And this figure I'm taking a look at is none other than the God of Thunder himself, Thor, aka Ravnger Thor. This is the Marvel Legends Ravnger Thor from Thor, Love, and Thunder. The brand new Thor movie that's coming out later this July. So yes, I am just really stoked to have this in my collection just because I love Thor. And he's one of my favorite MCU characters, and he probably is my favorite Marvel superhero in the MCU, but he's just amazing. Yeah, it's the God of Thunder, the mightiest Avenger. Yes, so with that being said, let me show you the packaging and tell you guys about the figure. Good. Okay. Let's begin. The God of Thunder. So a little backstory why I got this figure, just because I just love Thor. 2, I'm really stoked for the movie, even though the trailers look phenomenal. And number 3, I learned all about it in mythology class. Okay. So this is the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure wave. It says, cracked Mjolnir, spot furnishing on the top. It says recommended ages is 4 and up. It says Marvel Legends series. It says Thor, Love, and Thunder. Love the 1980s inspired logo. Ravnger Thor. Has Hasbro legalese. A beautiful side art of Thor. Another beautiful side art of Chris Hemsworth. Thor, love it. Looks really 80s, early 90s inspired figure. And then it said it has another really beautiful spot varnishing of the artwork. It says Thor. It says Ravnger Thor. Thor wields a mighty Stormbreaker against a terrifying new foe. Yeah, the new Thor is Gore. Yes, Gore was pretty much introduced in the latest trailer of Thor, Love, and Thunder. I'm just super excited for this, but here's the other figures you can collect from the wave. You get Thor in armor, Mighty Thor, Gore, King Valkyrie, Ravnger Thor, Star-Lord, and Groot. Yes. So Groot is also included, which is awesome. I love Groot. This is legalese, Hasbro, Marvel, yada yada yada. And I picked this up on Amazon. So check out local online retailers like Dorkside, Amazon. Big Bag could have it in stock soon, but with that being said, let's crack this thing open. I tell you guys all Here's about Thor in the bubble. Looking super good, and he smells super nice, like a minty new fresh action figure. Okay guys, let's crack this thing open and I'll be right back. Before we begin, I want to show you this really cool Mjolnir, like cracked Mjolnir, almost tie-dye extravaganza looking background. Looks really cool. Nice insert for Love and Thunder. Okay y'all, here's what Thor comes out of, here's Thor out of the packaging. Before we take a look at Mr. Hemsworth, let's take a look at some of his accessories. Well, Thor also comes with a Build-A-Figure piece for the left arm of the Korg figure, which I can't wait to show you the comparison, because I'm kind of curious from the skin tones for this figure, but it looks really cool. Nice light gray, bluish gray compared to the darker blue we got for Ragnarok, which is pretty cool. Love the little gauntlet piece right here. Thor also comes with Stormbreaker. If you don't already know what Stormbreaker is created from, it was created from Teenage Groot's arm. That he created this amazing weapon to help out Thor. It's really rubbery, which I'm really kind of weirded out by. I thought it'd be like a harder plastic. It's like a really soft plastic, but then on the top, looking a closer look at detail, like the sculpting and stuff, the gunmetal gray and everything looks beautiful, but in the silvering and the whites, but this stuff is a little bit of a harder plastic. Well, like Stormbreaker just itself, just a gorgeous like weapon. I just love how the axe handle looks really cool. Yeah, it looks really nice, guys. It honestly looks awesome. Yeah, look at that. Super cool. With that being said, let's take a closer look at our Chris Hemsworth figure. By the way, guys, take a look at the head sculpt. This actually looks on par to Chris Hemsworth, and it looks awesome. I just love the head sculpt for this figure. It just looks amazing. I love the wash of brown and gold, of like dirty blonde hair with a little bit of the black and the brown like spot varnishing on the hair. Looking really cool. Got the nice braid going down on the figure for Ravnger Thor. He's equipped of the Ravnger vest, which is actually awesome. Look at all the details on the buttons, looking really cool. And he has the Asgardian tree, which I think it's called Hala. I'm gonna be right Drizzle. So it's a really funny name, guys. It's actually called Yigazizzle, which translates to the old tree. This is the tree of Asgard, with all the 9 realms. It's actually home on Asgard. But when I first saw this, I'm like, yes, this is kind of getting really close to the Norse myths. I'm just really, really excited about that. And judging by the trailers, I'm hoping this is a Ragnarok event, just because in the trailers you see him fighting all sorts of things. In the actual myth, his Ragnarok event is like when the darker ages are coming, when the gods are dying. I think this is our Thor's Ragnarok event. Sorry to say this. Also, with that being said, get beautiful buttons right here. Love the sculpt. We'll take a closer look at the shirt in a couple minutes. But going down on the figure, we have a beautiful belt right here. I love the belt buckle itself. It's gold. He's wearing like some space jeans, like Star-Lord kind of pants. Very like farmer-esque. It looks really nice. It looks really clean. And on the top, some nice sculpting right here. Going down off the figure, you got some really beautiful biceps. Look at the biceps, guys. You can see the veins popping out on the figure. I'm assuming this is reused from Wolverine, but I know this belt buckle is new. And then something that kind of throws you off are these duct tape, almost looking boots. Yeah, I know, like Thor needs like new boots because he duct taped them to his boots. But knowing Thor, it actually fits the character and it fits who he is, and it just looks amazing like this. Looks really good. Really. Okay, guys. So since we got the details look over the figure, now it's time for the articulation of our Ravnger Thor figure. This is really cool. It's almost like Guardians of the Galaxy Thor, so I'm really excited to see his articulation. Okay, guys. So his head can move up this much. Can move down this much. It can look side to side like this. Look this way, side to side a little bit. It doesn't have a ball joint. His ab crunch forward. Oh, I love the articulation already on this figure. Ab crunch forward, ab crunch back. This is the best in the way we can take off. Legs move out this much, guys. Double jointed knees. Pinless knees, by the way. So we got pinless knees. Arms move out this much, guys. Look at that stretch of Thor. Look at that stretch. Arms move out this much. Double jointed elbows. Looking super sick. And he also has beautiful ankle pivot and no boot cut, which kind of sucks, to be honest. Yes, a really nice figure, beautiful articulation. I'm just really proud of this Thor figure. And if you really wanted to, guys, you can just peel off the vest, which I'm not because it's pretty stiff. Stiff plastic, but you could if you really wanted to. But if you open up the vest, you can see the Asgardian tree with all 9 realms included. Asgard, which is being on the top, and Helheim is towards the bottom. Yeah, I know, you might call me a nerd for knowing the Norse realms, but I'm a pretty big fan of Norse mythology, and Thor is beautiful. I'm hoping Hasbro gives us a shirtless Thor eventually. Okay, so with that being said, let's take a look at the comparisons for Thor. I'll be right back. First up, let's take a look at Thor next to his father, Odin. It looks beautiful side by side next to Odin. Just removing the helmet, which you can do ever so slightly, it just looks very iconic, you know? Just looks very iconic having these two side by side. Like, it's like father and son, like bonding right here. We're never going to see. And yes, they look really good side by side together. This Odin figure is phenomenal. Next up, here is Jeff Goldblum next to Ravnger Thor. This looks amazing, guys. I'm actually use this for some photography. I love this pose. Honestly, this lines up. Just looking at the angle of Ravnger Thor, it looks really cool. And I also forgot to mention too on his fake eye that he actually has a scar where Hela took out the eye right there, looking super sick. And I love the facial beard, the facial hair of Thor as well, looking super good. The God of Thunder is very sexy. Here is almost like a stepbrother shot of Korg next to Ravnger Thor, or Thor. It looks amazing, guys. I just love the pure size of Korg. It looks fantastic. It honestly looks fantastic side by side. And look how big Korg is compared to Thor. It is awesome. Before we move on to comparisons and things, let me take a closer look at Korg's arm compared to the Korg we got over here. But also another mention is the easiest way to get on Stormbreaker onto the hand is pop out the hand on the right hand or the left hand, whatever you want to put the figure's hand on. But then you kind of like slide the branch in, because it's pretty flexible to get in there. A little bit tricky to do to put on the other hand, but you just want to have it one-handed holding Stormbreaker. You can do it as you look at the arm coloring by the Korg figure right here. The coloring is like they're about the same size by the arm, but then the coloring is kind of like off. You know, like the one I have from Ragnarok, it's a little bit of a lighter blue, and then the Korg I have right here. This arm I'm holding up right here on camera is more of like a dusky gray, like a smoky gray, mixed with a little bit of like light blue, like a light blue wash, if you know what I mean. It looks pretty good together. I don't know. I kind of prefer the Ragnarok one just because it looks more like Korg, but I also like the rockier color. Yeah. I don't know. Did Korg get a tan? Did you get spray tan before Love and Thunder? Or do you get sunburned? Really good side comparison compared to another figure from the MCU. This is none other than Dr. Stephen Strange. Honestly, the scale of this looks beautiful. I love how the proportions look really good, like Thor being taller than what his name is, Christian Cumberbatch, whatever his name is, Doctor Strange. It looks really cool. The size in comparison to him, it looks really short. He looks short. Doctor Strange looks very short compared to Thor. Just for laughs, here is Ravnger Thor next to the Red Guardian, aka David Harbour. I'm like, hey, if you've been binging Stranger Things like I have, I thought this would be a fitting comparison, just because the crimson red on the figure. Yeah, it looks awesome, guys. So, before I get my final verdict, I want to point out this too on the figure. Some beautiful studs all over his jacket. I'm assuming he stole this from Starlight. Okay, guys, by the end of the day, this Thor figure is a 10 out of 10. This thing is so much fun to play with, so much fun to pose around with, and this is an iconic figure. This figure is probably the most hard to find if you're looking for this wave in the wild, just because it is a glorious figure. There's so much posability option, beautiful articulation, and just gorgeous. My only gripe about the figure is I wish it came with an interchangeable head. Like, I want an angry Thor too. But with that being said, this Thor figure is a 10 out of 10 for me. And also, guys, please check out other Sasha Boss videos for more videos like this in the future. And please like and subscribe to see more videos like this in the future. Thank you. See ya. Bye.